Coming up next, it's a heavyweight collision between Royce Gracie and Dan Severn. Well, this guy has truly made the takedown a thing of beauty in mixed martial arts. With respect to yourself and George St. Pierre and the truly great takedown artists, this guy's closing the gap and entering that company in the eyes of many.
Oh, absolutely, because he's done such a great job of timing takedowns. I haven't seen anyone so good at slipping a jab into a takedown since George St. Pierre.
Right.
He does a phenomenal job of getting from step one to step two before his opponent even realizes, now he's in on my leg. And if they do get their hip back, immediately he's up into a foot sweep, or a headlock, or an inside trip. It's just so many different ways for him to get you to the floor that he will throw every single one at you every single time.
And a lot of fighters talk about that wrestling maintenance and how hard it is, right, over the course of a career to continue to drill those things. He talks a lot about that, and that's why he's continued to realize success here in the UFC. Well, it's always exciting when you have such a high-level Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. This man has been a master of the submission in the UFC, and even though a lot of people know what's coming, more often than not, they're unable to stop.
Because the knowledge of the Jiu-Jitsu game is truly something that it's hard to replicate when a guy is as good as he is. I mean, he will jump for a triangle. He will jump for an armbar. And as you slam him to the ground, he starts to understand, okay, I'm right where I need you right now. This is when the game starts for him. If he doesn't secure that submission, he gets you where he needs you to be in order to start to really make you drown. It's like going in deep water and getting pulled down over and over again, because every time you think, if I do this, it'll make it better, it just makes it worse.
And best of luck trying to find a training partner to simulate this guy in the gym.
It can't happen, and it won't happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is one round in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 250 pounds. Fighting out of Coldwater, Michigan, USA, Dan the Beast Severn. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a jiu-jitsu fighter, holding a professional record of 13 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 170 pounds. Fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, presenting the member of the UFC Hall of Fame, Royce Gracie. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Herb Dean.
Herb Dean draws the assignment here in the heavyweight division. All right, so here we go. The weight and the height gives way to the action right here on one side. Maybe the division's most well-rounded fighter, taking on arguably the biggest submission threat in this division.
Because he's such a great submission grappler, I believe that this is the most dangerous fight for him in the division.
Wow.
He needs to maintain his space, stay away from this guy at all costs, and force him to stand up with him. Big punch lands over.
Hip tosses him down. Now we'll see if he can advance position.
I mean, right into side control. This is a terrible position. He's got his chin in, but now it's starting to slip under the neck. Look at him push the arm down, maybe stepping into a crucifix. Oh, man, that was slick.
Side control now, DC. A lot of options at his disposal from here. I love watching this guy move on the ground. Another nice transition there.
Such a high-level grappler. You don't see that very often.
Man, this is some serious ground and pound. He's trying to put this dude's head, like, through the canvas.
He's one of the better ground and pound fighters we have in the entire UFC, and you're seeing why.
Back to the feet now. Well, perhaps a sign of things to come as he lands a kick there.
Nice kick landed by the gentleman.
Oh, there's the double leg takedown. bit hip work on the ground here. Now potentially working on a submission instead.
Attacking armbar.
Continuing to try to manipulate the head here. And this might just be a matter of time. Somehow stays in the fight. Severn's hook to the body now is blocked. Strong bottom work here, staying busy. All right, so you gotta be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long. All right, gotta be careful playing around inside his guard.
Absolutely, John. That's why you don't sit in a full guard. When you sit in the full guard, it gives these guys too many opportunities to chase submissions, and now he's jumping on a triangle.
All right, he's got the full mount now. Is this one of the most dominant positions in MMA? Is that fair to say?
It's a very dominant position. It's one of the most ideal positions you can get to, especially if you are fighting someone that doesn't truly understand that they're not in as much danger as they are, because it's dangerous, but there are a lot of outs, and if a person isn't very understanding of that, then you can really put some damage on them.
Keep it busy here off of his back. Nice offense from the bottom. All right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape, or maybe look for a Kimura here.
Well, he's more than content to work off of his back, DC, where he has been a magician in his UFC career. Well, pretty good work off of the bottom here by Gracie.
Oh, you gotta watch him attacking submissions. He throws the legs up to try to get a triangle choke here.
This might just be a matter of time. Not tapping out tonight. All right, side control now, DC. When you get side control in a fight, what are you looking for?
When I get to the side control in the fight, and I believe this young man should do the same thing, it's secure first. Grab everything in tight. Make sure your elbows are in. Make sure you've got something locked in so your opponent doesn't just squirm away. Punch short punches, but try to make the opponent make a choice. Either he turns back into you take your front headlock, or he turns in the opposite direction, you throw your hook in, and you start looking to get a choke off.
Severn's looking to pass from full guard into half guard.
Now he sees the triangle.
And this could be trouble here. Looks like it's pretty tight. He's trying to work his head out of harm's way.
It might be over. Oh, nice. Now he falls back into the finishing position.
Brilliant submission defense there. Ooh, right into side control, DC.
This is where you want to be now, because you get to make your opponent decide. They try to turn back into you, you can attack guillotine. If they turn away to try to get to your knees, you throw your hooks in, and you got all your rear choke submissions.
Man, isn't it fun to watch this dude work on the mat?
He's unbelievable how fluid he is in his motions on the mat.
All right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position. Oh, big combination of ground and pound strikes here, DC. This could be the beginning of the end.
I mean, you got to be very careful when you take these big ground and pound strikes. You need a controlled posture on the bottom, and if you're the top guy, the guy that's looking to finish, continue to gain posture and rain down big strikes on your opponent.
Good movement by him here, transitioning very well on the ground tonight.
Step for step, he's staying with his opponent in every transition.
All right, side control now. All right, great position for him here. He's got the full mount. See if he can get that ground and pound going.
Oh, he's got to get it going, but he can't rush. A lot of times, guys get in the full mount and they rush.
He's going to attack a triangle choke here. Oh, wow. Oh!
And he's out. All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. Oh, and he's able to land a strike there from the bottom. Nicely done by Grayson. Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by Severn.
He's putting him in exactly the positions he needs to be in right now. He's able to relax here, and he understands, being a veteran of so many fights, that as long as he's on top, he's winning. He feels like he's winning here.
Well, you got to stay busy on the bottom. He's doing it here. Nice punch. Oh, he postured up there, gained some valuable separation.
And now the ground and pound starts.
Now the guy's got armbar. He's attacking it on it. He's gonna attack armbar here. You gotta recognize that when a guy starts to put his feet on your hips, you gotta move him off, and you gotta cover. You can't be off to an angle. Oh, now he's in trouble.
The sheer will is really remarkable to watch. Oh, reversal here, DC.
What a way to switch the position. Fantastic movement by the bottom fighter.
A lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control. All right, close guard now. You got to be careful, though. He's got a lot of submissions off his back. Well, the ground and pound is there once again. Strong work here by Severn. Well, he's staying pretty effective here, fighting off of his back. Nice strike landed there by the bottom by Grayson. All right, he's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom.
Side control now. Pretty good work with the strikes here off of his back by Grayson. Well, anytime you are in a ground fighting situation with this fighter, you're potentially playing with fire. All right, good movement by him here on the ground. He really is a master of these tricks. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom. The Kimura is not the arm. It's the shoulder pressure that usually makes you tap.
But now DC trying to isolate an arm.
Yeah, he's using the Kimura.
Strong bottom work here, staying busy. All right, north-south position here. We'll see if the crowd can be mature about this, DC. Well, you got to be working off of your back. He's certainly doing so here. Nice punch. Side control now, DC. A lot of options at his disposal from here. Well, you know, I don't like the gi very much, but I have an appreciation and a healthy one for these type of transitions.
You can tell he's been in a gi at some point in his life with the way that he moves so freely.
I'm skipping jiu-jitsu next week, too. All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent, you got to be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. All right, working inside the closed guard now.
His opponent better react right now before it's too late. He's going to start to attack the triangle choke.
Oh, really nice work to keep busy off of his back as he lands some more offense here for Bob. Got clip with the right hand. Oh, good work here to the body by Severn. All right, DC, half guard position here. You've done a lot of good work in this spot in your career.
Oh, man, I love this position. And you see this fighter today loves it, too. It is the most secure position in fighting. You get an underhook on one side, you keep a half guard on the other, and then you just go to work. It's the safest position, especially for a wrestler.
Gracie's trying for a submission here.
Oh! It's in there deep. There you go.
Side control now, and certainly I would think more offensive options for the bottom fighter than in the half guard.
Absolutely more offensive options, because now you can just start to get away. You can just go to a wrestler stand-up. Get to your knees, post your hands, don't allow him to get his hooks in, right? Really be aware of the hooks. But get to your handstand, up, fight the hands, break away and escape. But it's so much more free-flowing than a half guard in the side control, because all you need to do is just get the opponent's body up because his legs are just free to move.
his legs are not controlling anything. His legs are just free, so you have more freedom to use yours.
Back mount now. All right, bottom fighter here, maybe looking to hip escape, DC. Well, he's more than content to work off of his, now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom. The Kimura is not the arm, it's the shoulder pressure that usually makes you tap.
But now DC trying to isolate an arm.
Yep, he's using the Kimura.
Posturing up now.
And now the damage is about to start.
Good work from the top here by Sever. Oh, and he's back up again. Single collar tie now.
Big powerful punch lands. Now we get back in range.
Now we're going.
Oh, wow, that happened quickly as the fighter reverses position there on the ground.
Unbelievable position change. Wow, what a transition.
Trying to get that arm underneath the chin.
Oh, nice.
And he's out. All right, so you got to be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long. All right, he's got the hooks in, DC, working off of his back.
Now look for him to attack the neck of his opponent to try to get the rear choke.
A lot of top pressure being applied here. Well, you see all the grappling repetitions here. Just beautiful movement, seamless transitions on.
Over and over, these guys are doing things that you see in every jiu-jitsu gym around the country.
All right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position. All right, north-south position now. We'll see who transitions first. He's having his way with him here. All right, feet on the hips here. And he landed the right hand there. Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape.
He got his foot on the hip, and now he's throwing up a triangle attempt. He's going to try to move his left arm across to get pressure on the choke. Watch triangle, watch triangle. Needs to push the arm to the side. Get his head against the mat. Now watch as he goes.
Now he's okay. Now he can escape.
All right, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. Well, there are few things more fun to watch in mixed martial arts than these type of transitions and scrambles on the ground.
High-level grappling can really be entertaining.
All right, he's got side control here, DC. You know, he's got a lot of different submissions in his arsenal once this fight gets to the ground. Well, anytime you are in a ground fighting situation with this fighter, you're potentially playing with fire. Oh, looks like he's transitioned to an armbar.
You cannot stay in the guard of these great jiu-jitsu guys. He's attacking armbar now.
Continuing to try to manipulate the head here.
Now he falls back into the finishing position. He got it, John.
Oh, he got it done, absolutely. He finishes his opponent by way of submission. Take a look back at the replay as he gets it done by submission tonight, champ.
He was able to get the fight to the ground exactly where he wanted it, Eventually, his opponent gave him an opportunity to get a submission. He did that, and he should be very proud of the work he did tonight in the octagon.
So there he is, your winner by submission. That is a finish they will likely be talking about for some time. Big win, major statement made to the rest of this division.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has called a stop to this contest, declaring the winner by tap out, Voice Racing.
Well, the celebration is on in his corner, and hard to blame these guys, sort of waiting to exhale. Get a huge win tonight, and not just the win, but they get it by submission.
They knew what they had in front of them. They knew how tough a competitor his opponent was, but they also knew that if they could get this fight to the ground, they could find a submission. They found a submission. He got his hand raised in the way that he